was working super hard on a makeup tutorial show. She was teaching smoky eyes to folks out there who really wanted to know when some freaky deaky science stuff only understood by nerds zapped her into old radio shows, the kind you might never have heard. Now she should probably be trying to get out, but Madison, she's having fun, living an old-time radio life. Our explanation is done.
Madison is on the air.
Hi-yo, Silver!
A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-ho Silver, the Lone Ranger! With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider from the plains lead the fight for law and order in the early western United States. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Hi-yo, Silver! Let's go, big fella! Hi-yo, Silver!
The little town of Cottonwood was booming ever since an Eastern land company had decided to build a dam on Snake River a few months ago. Hundreds of working men were making Cottonwood their new home. Consequently, the daily arrival of a stagecoach loaded with passengers was no novelty.
Cottonwood. This is Cottonwood. Everybody out.
Where's the land office where they do the hiring?
I wonder what kind of wages that job is paying.
The last two people to step from the coach asked no questions. Fletcher Cobb was short, heavy-set with a round moon-like face that was creased with a perpetual smile.
Well, Cottonwood is a thriving little communal. I'm pleasantly surprised.
In contrast, Cobb's companion was a petite blonde who surveyed her surroundings with contempt. She struggled against her many petticoats as if they had a personal vendetta against her.
Why do I have so many damn skirts? Damn! Well, great. You're gonna have to pick up my bag for me because with this corset, I can't bend at the waist.
Yes, with that corset you needed 2 seats on the train. You haven't lifted your own bag since St. Louis, and you insisted it made you more sensitive to whistling.
Oh, like everybody on that stagecoach didn't secretly thank me for shutting down that whistling dude.
He was a mute. That's how he communicated.
He was annoying.
Well, we're here now, and it's better than I could have imagined.
I was imagining Branson, Missouri, and this place still manages to fall short.
The town is booming, Madison. Everybody's working at the big dam over by Snake River.
I think the Brady Bunch got lost here on their way to the Grand Canyon.
Don't you realize that big construction projects mean big payrolls? And big payrolls mean money in the bank. You see those handbills they got plastered on every post? Look here.
I really don't care. I only came because my intel told me the Lone Ranger was last seen around this area.
Oh yes, that masked man you keep talking about. Now look what this handbill says. The Empire Construction Company has hundreds of good jobs for carpenters, stonemasons, and mule skinners.
Mule what? They're skinning freaking Eeyore? Tigger realized he'd crossed a line, but there was no bouncing back.
It says they pay high salaries, and that's what most interests me. Come on, our next step is to find Jeff Nichols' store.
It's right there, next to the bank.
Why, that sure is the bank. Smack right up against Nichols Mercantile, and the only bank in town. Let's, go say hi to my old friend, Jeff Nichols.
I know I said I'd assist you, but how long is this gonna take?
What's with you and that masked man? He run out on you or something?
As if. So not my type. The cast of Young Guns, though. I'd like to get every one of those cowboys in my who's gal.
Then why are you trying to track him down?
I'm here to emancipate Tonto from his horrible stereotype.
Uh-huh. Well, you still got a job to do for me first. After all, the money I spent on that stagecoach ticket for you wasn't chicken feed.
I don't know what you people use for currency in the Old West, but chicken feed sounds more reliable than Bitcoin.
My. This is certainly a well-stocked establishment, I must say. Canned goods, dry goods, farm implements, clothing.
Yeah, it's a regular Old West Walmart. They just need a giant woman wearing a Confederate flag tube top dragging around a 4-year-old in a mullet who looks like he shaves.
Madison, notice those axe handles over there in the corner, stacked alongside the picks and shovels?
I was more noticing the lack of a feminine hygiene aisle.
Remember those axe handles. Yes, sir. I couldn't have arranged things any better if I'd done it myself. I wonder where the proprietor is.
If he's like me when I work register, he's hiding in the break room hoping the customers will get tired of waiting and leave.
A whole stack of those handbills on the counter. Evidently, the Empire Construction Company believes in widespread advertising.
That's 1800 spam is what that is.
Afternoon, folks. I was in the back in the storeroom sacking some spuds. I guess I didn't hear you come in. What can I do for you?
Several things, Mr. Nichols.
What do you got along the lines of ladies' undergarments? I'm not doing a whole episode in this corset. I think I gotta get a few ribs removed for this stupid thing to fit comfortably.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're the first lady to come to Cottonwood. What with it all being men working up at the Snake River Dam.
Madison, I'm trying to speak to Mr. Nichols. Why don't you go occupy yourself by looking at the canned goods?
Farm to can. Tasty.
Well, you know my name. Guess I ought to know you. But I can't seem to place...
Don't tell me you don't remember your old friend Fletcher Cobb.
Fletcher Cobb. What are you doing here in Cottonwood, huh? I thought you were, well...
Still a house guest of the law in that Eastern Penitentiary?
Yeah.
No, that's ancient history, Jeff. I was paroled about a year after you got out.
I wasn't paroled. I was released. I completed my sentence and became
an honest, upright citizen. Came out west and founded a business.
Anything wrong with that?
No, of course not. When I heard about your store here in Cottonwood, I was gratified, pleased. I congratulate you, Jeff.
Listen, you and that lady friend of yours better get out of here.
Okay, that is a hazard.
All right, Jeff. This is a Colt 45 nudging your ribs.
What do you want?
Oh, not much. Just a slight favor.
You don't carry bras, but you got canned oysters?
I've got friends in this town. Real friends. They know all about my past life, and so does the sheriff.
You're selling an aphrodisiac in a town full of only men? Is this Cottonwood or Old West Hollywood?
I believe you delivered supplies to the construction camp up at the dam, don't you?
I drive my wagon up there once or twice a week.
Splendid. And I noticed that your storeroom is right next to the bank. Madison and I would like to rent that storeroom for a few days.
Why would we rent a storeroom? Are you cheaping out on getting us a hotel room? Like my ex who wanted to go camping at the beach? He said he thought it would be romantic. Yeah, you know what's romantic? Sleeping in a room with walls that weren't made by the same company that puts out beer coolers.
Rent my storeroom? What do you want it for? Oh, I see. Well, the answer is no, you sneaking coyotes. Think that I'm going to help you?
Oh, it seems you have a customer, Jeff. You'll walk up there and wait on that customer, but me and my 45 will be walking right next to you. Understand?
Yeah, Fletch.
Are we holding up the store or something?
No, of course not.
I mean, I don't mind being an outlaw. They're always so hot and sexy. I just like some advanced warning. It affects my wardrobe choices.
It, looks like it's an engine.
An engine? What do you mean, like a car engine? You don't have cars yet. Or at least you better not, after I spent 3 days in that sweatbox of a stagecoach.
Hello there, engine.
It's Tonto! Oh, dude, you meant not a car engine, a Native American... Oh, this is why I'm here!
What can I do for you?
Me, Tonto. Me want buy bacon, coffee.
You think it's gonna be bad, but then you hear it in person, and you instantly feel guilty for every time you head off for Columbus Day.
Bacon and coffee. Why, sure, engine.
He told you his name is Tonto. At least call him Tonto.
Tonto? I'll get it for you right away. Bacon's back here.
Why, Mr. Nichols, you might have some trouble finding a stock of bacon. I think I'll just go along with you to help out.
Yeah, all right then.
Okay, dude, Tonto, we gotta get you out of here.
What do you mean?
This horrible stereotype of Native Americans. It's got to be stopped. Come with me if you want to live, free of misrepresentation.
You speak in strange tongue.
Oh my God, look, this is how they wrote you. It's not your fault, but we can make this right.
Well, here's your bacon, Tonto, and a bag of coffee.
Money. Pay. There.
All right, Mr. Nichols. Now that you're finished with one customer, you can take care of us.
Me go now.
Wait!
I better wrap that slab of bacon for you. It's mighty dusty outside. Here, let me wrap it.
Tonto, don't leave. I can help you.
There you are, Tonto. That'll keep the dust away.
At last he's gone.
Damn it! This is gonna be harder than I thought.
You skunks ain't gonna get away with this.
I guess we can't argue with him. Madison, the axe handle is the only way.
What?
Hand me that axe handle, won't you?
I think the trouble is, he's been written that way for so long, he doesn't realize something's wrong.
What are you gonna do, Fletch?
I asked for your cooperation, Jeff, but you insist upon being obstinate. Madison, the axe handle, if you please.
Yeah, here. I think I'm gonna have to do something directly about the Lone Ranger. But what?
Sorry, Jeff.
No, Fletch, no! Oh.
Madison, mind the front of the store while I drag him to the back.
Yeah, sure, okay. I gotta find some way to get rid of the Lone Ranger. Ooh, now I do sound like an Old West outlaw. But I'm a good guy, bad guy. Like Doc Holliday. I'm your huckleberry. I need a better catchphrase. Preferably one that doesn't involve fruit.
Whoa, Scout. Whoa, fella. Whoa, fella.
Did you get the supplies, Tonto? I have a fire started and some water boiling for coffee.
Me get 'em.
Fine. I'll slice the bacon, you make the coffee.
Me do it.
This seems like... Tonto, come here.
Huh? What matter?
Where did you buy this bacon?
Store. In Cottonwood.
From Jeff Nichols?
Yeah. You think it not good?
There's nothing wrong with the bacon. But look, it's wrapped in this piece of plain paper. And inside there's a single strip of newsprint, possibly torn from a handbill. See, it says, Help Wanted. Help Wanted, printed in big black letters. Of course, he might have wrapped it in there by accident. Was Jeff alone in the store when you were there, Tonto?
No. Other fella there. And woman.
A woman? In Cottonwood?
She make talk all time.
What did she talk about?
Make no sense, but act like she know Tonto.
Did you recognize her?
Never see before. Hope never see again.
And how did Jeff Nichols act? Scared and nervous?
Me not know.
Well, it'll be dark in a few minutes, and we can ride into Cottonwood without attracting any attention.
You think maybe something wrong?
I don't know, Tonto. Honest men like Jeff Nichols don't usually ask for help unless they need it.
And the woman?
She's definitely an odd piece to this puzzle.
Definite. Odd. Whoa, Scout.
Easy, Silver. Steady now.
Whoa, fella.
We'll leave the horses here, Tonto. Jeff Nichols' store is just around the corner.
Store closed now. Not see light.
That's all right. Jeff lives in the little room in the back. You knock on the door. Remember, if anyone but Jeff answers, do exactly as I told you. I'll stand to one side behind you.
You gonna get that?
Go ahead and open the door.
You get it. I don't want to get up.
Don't tell me it has to do with that corset, or I'll personally remove it.
I'd like to see you try with my knee in your crotch.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're the redskin from this afternoon.
What did you say?
Me want to see Jeff Nichols.
Jeff isn't here.
Tonto! Oh, I'm so glad you came back.
You were expecting this, Redskin?
I hope you're referring to a football player from Washington who played prior to 2020. Although, the Commanders? Ugh, they phoned that one in.
Jeff no here? Where find him?
He drove up to the construction camp. He won't be back for several days.
Tonto, it's so great you're here. Now I can help you get away from that Lone Ranger dude.
Are you referring to me, miss?
Damn it! You brought him with you?
Masked. It's a holdup.
Not exactly. But tell me, miss, how did you know who I was?
Everybody knows the Lone Ranger. Even if they've never heard the radio show, seen the TV series, watched any of the movies or whatever, your character permeates our human consciousness, along with the controversial portrayal of Tonto, which has been heatedly discussed as sensitivities to the wrongs bestowed upon the Native American community is brought more boldly into light.
You see what Tonto mean?
Yes, very odd indeed.
If you want to buy anything, you'll have to do it in the morning. We've closed for the night.
We're not looking to buy anything. We'd like to see Jeff Nichols, the owner of this store.
He's not here. I just told the Indian then.
His name's Tonto!
That's all right. We'll look around.
Wait just a minute. You can't barge in here.
Seems I already have. I need some light. Find a lantern, Tonto.
Tonto, that's my point! Native Americans in the Old West didn't just grunt all the time. They were bilingual. They spoke eloquently.
You speak enough for everyone.
Listen, stranger, I'm a patient man. Very patient. But I can't allow an outlaw to force his way in here.
A gun, eh? Oh, you've made a mistake.
Kimosare!
He's exploiting you!
Let go on pants!
No, you have to come with me!
All right, masked man. You've asked for it.
A fraction of a second after a bullet from Fletcher Cobb's .45 grazed his cheek, the Lone Ranger's guns were spitting flaming lead. But in the pitch darkness of an unlighted store, it was hard to aim accurately. And the ear-piercing screams of Miss Standish certainly didn't help.
Tonto!
Yeah, me here.
They're down behind the counter. Both of them. Watch it!
I've been shot.
Give me your gun.
You know how to shoot a gun?
Hell no! But you can't outshoot the Lone Ranger.
How do you know? I've done a fair amount of shooting in my day.
Dude, he's the lead on the show. The lead is always some sort of unbelievable superhero with a gun. So just give it to me.
We've got him trapped, Tonto.
He's about to make his move. Give me your damn gun.
Take it.
Help! Help! It's a holdup!
She shot the glass out of the window.
What's the ruckus?
Nickel store. There must be outlaws.
Gunfire noise. Bring plenty people.
They'll all be here in another minute. We'll have to figure out what happened to Jeff Nichols some other way. Our only chance now is to run for it. Come on!
Look, there's two of them coming out the front door.
Stop them, boys! Stop them!
That must be the sheriff out there.
Oh, this is perfect.
Perfect. They shot my arm.
I know. Isn't that lucky? Follow my lead.
Somebody get a light!
Here's a lantern. I'll light it.
Jeff! You in there, Jeff?
Help! My husband has been shot!
Husband?
Yeah, you're kind of old for me, but it's not like we have time to run auditions. Go with it.
Who's there?
Are you the sheriff?
Yes, ma'am, but, who in tarnation are you? And where's Jeff?
I'm Madison Standish. This is my husband.
Fletcher.
Fletcher? Boy, your mother must not have liked you very much.
What are you two doing here? Where's Jeff Nichols?
Well, Sheriff, he left town late this afternoon. Drove his wagon up to the construction camp to deliver some supplies. My wife and I are old friends of Jeff. He asked us to watch the store until he gets back.
Well, I'll be. And you just got held up, huh?
Yes, by a tall outlaw wearing a mask.
We saw two men running away.
There was also an Injun.
Cotton gin! The masked outlaw also stole a cotton gin.
I didn't realize Jeff sold cotton gins. We don't even grow cotton in this part of the country.
He is a fan of Eli Whitney. Wow. And I told my history teacher memorizing who invented the cotton gin would never come up in my life. I was so wrong. Can I also interest you in the names of all the state capitals?
The coyotes get away with anything else?
Just the one, coyote.
Why aren't you telling them about the injury?
Don't! I want to get Tonto away from the Lone Ranger, so I'm trying to pin the whole thing on him. Keep up.
All right, then. You say it's a tall critter with a mask, huh? The boys and me will try and trail him.
Then you are the sheriff here in Cottonwood? I should have known. You look so sheriffy.
Sheriffy?
In a good way. In the fine tradition of sheriffs. Like, Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Yep, Sheriff. Williams is the name. Frank Williams.
Glad to know you, Sheriff.
And you say you're friends with Jeff? I, don't recollect Jeff saying anything about delivering supplies to the construction camp.
Ah!
Oh, honey, your arm.
What you punch me for?
Sheriff, he needs some, doctoring.
Of course. I'll send the doc right over as we head out of town to find that masked outlaw. Come on, boys. Let's go.
Well, that was some fancy thinking on your part. You got the law on our side. Nicely done.
This is so perfect. If they arrest the Lone Ranger, Tonto can stop being in his shadow as the loyal sidekick. Ooh, maybe he could get his own show. And I could be his plucky companion.
You really see yourself as plucky?
Oh, honey, I can pluck.
Whoa, Silver!
Whoa, Scout.
Whoa, big fella!
You hear posse? Them go other way. We lose them.
But we still don't know what became of Jeff Nichols.
We go back?
No, not tonight, Tonto. I know those two are crooks, but why they've taken over Nichols' store and what they've done with Jeff is a puzzle.
What we do now?
We'll head for the construction camp at Snake River first thing in the morning. There is a chance Jeff did drive up there to deliver supplies. If not, then the answer is here in Cottonwood, and we'll come back to find it. Let's go.
Kimosabe.
What is it, Tonto?
We ride together long time.
Yes, we have.
Girl make point. Why I know speak 'em good English by now?
Well,
I translate all Indian tribes, many languages.
maybe you have a better ear for Injun tongues.
No use that word.
All right, if you don't want me to.
Good. Giddy up, Scout.
We better be careful, Silver. I fear that girl may have awoken something in Tonto.
Good afternoon, Sheriff.
Hey.
Well, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Standish.
How did we end up with your last name?
You're the one who traded up, okay? If I were back home, I'd have to convince everybody you owned Amazon so they'd understand why we were together.
Glad you dropped in. How's your arm feeling, Mr. Standish?
Oh, fine. Barely a scratch.
No thanks to that masked man.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry to say it, but me and the boys didn't have much luck trailing that outlaw who tried to hold up the store.
It's too bad, but it isn't important.
Isn't important? Did you guys even try? I mean, it's 9 a.m. Why are you sitting around in your office? Why aren't you out there looking for him?
Well, the trail ran cold, and what with so much wilderness, the chances of finding anyone to...
Madison, I'm sure the sheriff and his men did the best they could.
Thank you for saying so, Mr. Standish.
He's the freaking Lone Ranger. Of course a bunch of yokels in this mud hole couldn't track him. Ooh, I wonder who'd win. The Lone Ranger versus Marshall Dillon. The crossover we didn't know we wanted.
Say, did Jeff get back from his trip?
Not yet, Sheriff, but I heard from him. I got the message early this morning.
Oh, that's so.
He's still up at the construction camp. Got a big order for 20 sacks of cement.
Hey, Sheriff, can you get Marshall Dillon on the telegraph? Tell him it's Madison. But if Kitty answers, hang up.
Afraid you'd have to go to the telegraph office for that, ma'am.
Don't mind her, Sheriff. The reason I came to see you was about that cement.
Yeah, I didn't know Jeff had cement in his store.
Sure, back room was full of it.
Sheriff, can I borrow some of your guns? I'm thinking maybe I should form my own posse. He might be the lead in his show, but I'm the lead in my show. So naturally, I should prevail, right?
Madison, put those guns down.
What was it about the cement you needed to see me about, Mr. Standish?
Well, I guess you've seen all those construction company signs around town that say help wanted?
Sure.
Ooh, maybe I should do that. One of those wanted, dead or alive posters for the Lone Ranger. I can use that money we're going to rob from the bank as reward.
How's that?
Sheriff, you'll have to excuse my wife's humor. You should hear her with the ladies in her sewing circle.
You want me to say I needle them and leave them in stitches, right? Well, I'm sorry. I don't wear last year's lip color, and I don't tell last century's jokes.
You see, Sheriff, with all the men already working up at the dam, I can't find anybody to load and deliver Jeff's cement order.
Well, that's too bad, Mr. Standish.
So I got to thinking, maybe you, being an old friend of Jeff's, would help us out. Haven't you got a couple of deputies who could load that cement onto a wagon and then deliver it up to the dam?
Why, sure. I could get 2 of my deputies, Paul Sutter and Bill Allister. They've got strong backs.
Well, splendid.
Oh, sure. You got deputies to spare to lug around bags of cement. But tracking down an outlaw is too hard.
Madison, nothing more can be done about that outlaw. So how about we end the discussion?
Was that old-timey for shut up?
Was I too plain in my suggestion?
I'll show you what you can do with your suggestion.
I'll have my deputies hitch up a wagon and come over to the store.
Madison, get away from those guns.
Wait till I find one that's loaded.
I could even lend a hand myself if it'll help.
Give me that gun.
Try and take it. I'm sorry, Sheriff. That chair did not deserve to die like that.
Perhaps you should go back to the store.
Perhaps. Good day, Sheriff.
Good day, Mrs. Standish. Well, she sure has spirit. Reminds me of an old dog I used to have. Died of rabies. Maybe you'll get lucky, huh?
Whoa, Silver!
Oh, Scout.
Easy! Steady now!
We spend all day riding to construction camp and not find old fella.
Now we'll have to try and get inside Jeff's store. It's dark, so we won't be seen. We'll leave the horses down the street and walk to the back of the store.
Or
What, Tonto?
why we always do your plan. Why Tonto no come up with plan?
Well, okay. What plan do you suggest?
Me have no plan, but maybe want be asked from time to time.
Yes, of course, Tonto. Anytime you have a suggestion, I'm very open to hearing it.
Good. For now, we do your plan. Giddy up, Scout.
Giddy up. Maybe I don't feel like saying hi-oh Silver this time. Can't you just move? Hi-oh Silver. Away.
Make it lively, boys. Mr. Standish wants the cement delivered tonight.
There's only 2 more sacks out back there in the storeroom.
Yep, we'll be ready to pull out in just a minute, Sheriff.
Sheriff, I don't know how to thank you and your men for all of this help.
Well, don't mention it, Mr. Standish. Maybe I sort of feel beholden to you for not catching that outlaw last night.
You think?
Yes, but what you're doing is much more help than catching an outlaw.
Yeah, you should just close the sheriff's office and become a day laborer outside of Home Depot.
Madison, we don't want this sheriff catching outlaws. Last I checked, that's what we are.
I'm your cauliflower.
What?
Dude, all I can think of is food for that.
Say, Sheriff, if you won't let me pay you and your men anything, least you can do is let me buy you a drink. What do you say?
Sure, no harm in that.
Sounds good to me.
Me too.
Yeah, let's get wasted.
Madison, don't you think you should close up the storeroom? Hate to see another outlaw break in there. Why, what would Jeff say?
Aw, come on. My tank's on empty. And this Old West whiskey could get an alcoholic drunk just by smelling it.
There was some things you wanted to get done before it got too late.
Why don't you do them and I go to the saloon?
Because this was the only thing I asked you to do. Or did you have another way to pay for your passage to Cottonwood?
You make your own wife pay for her travel?
Yeah, honey. You need to take care of your helpless little woman.
Maybe there's something I could help you with, Mrs. Standish?
No, Sheriff. With all the work you and your deputies have done, you should really relax with a drink. Madison will be all right, won't you, darling?
Yes. At least bring me back a doggy bag.
Let's go over to the Palace Cafe.
All this so I can help Tonto, and he doesn't even want my help. Oh no. Am I being a white savior? I didn't mean to. I just thought I was in a unique position to give help to a fellow human being. Oh, damn it! I'll have to figure this out later. Now I gotta go rob this bank.
They've all left. This is our chance, Tonto. Help me lift the window.
Me go with you.
No, Tonto. You stay here and watch. Warn me when you hear the sheriff and those men coming back.
Why you no stay and watch? Why Tonto not go inside?
Well, I, had a hunch I was going to check out. So, rather than explain it all, I'll be, right back.
Guess Tonto just watchdog.
Of course he left the keys in the stupid wagon. Got me walking all back and forth and... Tonto!
Madison?
What are you doing here? Is the Lone Ranger around?
He inside store.
He is? Now's our chance. Let's get you out of here. You can create your own adventures. And I'll be your plucky sidekick.
Plucky?
Why does no one think I could be plucky?
Tonto no leave. Must help Kimosabe.
But aren't you tired of always being in his shadow? A two-dimensional representation of a great people?
You strange woman.
You're not the first to tell me that.
Tonto!
Kimosabe returned.
I'm gonna hide over here and listen. Don't tell him where I am.
Me not so sure you no crook.
Oh, come on. We've all stolen a French fry from work, run a stop sign when the street was empty, shoplifted a Gucci bag from Bloomingdale's and pinned it on our grandmother's dementia. I'll take that as a yes. Thanks, Tonto.
No sign of those men?
No. You find out about old fella?
I discovered several things in that storeroom, but there wasn't time to reach Jeff Nichols. But I'm sure he's still alive.
That good.
There isn't time to explain it all now, but I'll tell you what we're going to do.
We go somewhere else, and you tell me, in case someone here.
No one's going to hear us, and it's better if we stay right here. That way I can see if the sheriff and his men are coming back.
But Tonto think we can still see men if we move over there.
Tonto, please. I'm trying to explain my plan.
Like talking to masked rock.
Thanks for the drink, Mr. Standish.
We'll deliver this shipment of cement to the construction camp before midnight.
Happy to do it, boys. Good luck and good night.
Hold on, fellas. I might as well ride as far as my office with you. See you tomorrow, Mr. Standish.
Night, Sheriff. Better not hold your breath until you see me again, you dumb 10-star yokel. Now Madison better have done her end of the job.
All right, Tonto. I'll go through the rear window in Jeff's store. Do exactly as I told you.
You can always count on me, Kimosabe.
I know. That's what makes you such a great friend.
Oh, this is too perfect. Okay, here's a rock. Give him a couple minutes to get in there, then throw it.
Tonto not sure about this.
Dude, listen to yourself. Tonto not sure. You're referring to yourself in the third person. He's never corrected you because it makes him sound superior and you ignorant.
You not know what Tonto meant when me said that?
I know what you meant, but you sound,
Ignorant? All people who no speak English good sound ignorant to you?
Hey, no, that's not what I meant. I'm on your side.
Why there need be sides?
Hey, what's going on? That sounded like it come from the bank.
Someone's trying to break into the bank. Help, bank robbers.
All right, here they come.
And here go Tonto.
Where go, Tonto? No, what are you doing? We gotta hide around the corner.
That not Kimosabe's plan.
I No! It's Madison's plan!
Madison, not Kimosabe, not faithful friend to Tonto.
Look, that Indian's climbing through the bank window.
Bank robbers!
Stop him, Sheriff.
I'll get him.
Oh, crap.
Mrs. Standish, what are you doing here?
Realizing I can't change the past, all I can do is learn from it and promise to do better in the future.
All right then. But you should find a safe place. There's a bank robbery going on.
I know.
You know?
Look out, Sheriff. He's inside there now.
He's a cinch to have a gun.
So have I. I'm going in after that coyote. Any of you want to back me up? Come on!
Well, I guess all I can do now is make sure Barney Fife doesn't shoot the wrong guy.
There he is, standing over there.
Reach, Injun! Get your hands up before I fill you full of lead.
Wait, and you catch real crook plenty soon.
You're real enough for me.
Get him, Sheriff!
Everybody, shut the hell up! Angry mobs are so annoying.
Mrs. Standish, get out of here before you get hurt.
Tonto is not the bank robber.
He just broke into the bank. He's standing right there, and he's not the bank robber?
Wait, listen. You hear noise?
Shut up! Save your mob mentality for the next Trump rally.
It come from underneath floor.
What's underneath what?
There is something going on, Sheriff.
It's under the floor.
Stand back, boys. Let's see what this is all about.
Aha, it worked. I've broken through the floor. It'll be a cinch now.
Well, I'll be. It's Mr. Standish.
Mr. Cobb, actually, we're not married. I'll admit, I have a thing for bad boys, but young, hot bad boys. For dudes his age, they gotta own the bank, not be robbing it.
What's going on? Sheriff?
That's right. Waiting for you. Put up your hands.
You're not catching me, Sheriff.
He's going back down in the hole.
Stop him, Sheriff.
That masked man. He's back there in the storeroom.
I warned you.
Stop. I'm coming through.
Newfangled bank robber, huh? Coming up through the floor. How'd you get down there?
They tunneled through from my storeroom.
Jeff Nichols? How in tarnation? I thought you were delivering supplies up at the construction camp.
I've been bound and gagged lying down there in that tunnel they dug ever since yesterday afternoon.
Well, I'll be. Those sacks of cement that the boys loaded into the wagon...
That wasn't cement. Just the way them crooks got rid of the dirt out of the tunnel.
And I fell for it, by Juniper.
How did you happen to be here waiting for them?
The Indian broke the bank window and then pointed out the noise under the floor. Say, where is the Indian?
I don't know.
I haven't seen him.
If you were bound and gagged, Jeff, how did you get loose? And who was doing all that shooting?
The answer to both those questions is the same name. The Lone Ranger. I'm so glad you caught both of them crooks.
Both?
Sure. Cobb and that lady friend of his. Madison. Yeah, Madison Standish.
She ain't here neither, Sheriff.
How'd she get away?
I'm your Madison. Okay, not the best catchphrase, but I'm not exactly riding off into the sunset here.
Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
Yeah, we get it. Show off. The Lone Ranger first hit the airwaves in 1933 at WXYZ in Detroit. Created by the station's owner, George Trendle, and writer Fran Stryker. Trendle is also credited with creating Challenge of the Yukon and The Green Hornet. The radio show proved to be a success and produced 2,956 episodes. Yeah, good luck trying to binge that one. The Lone Ranger would go on to books, comics, television, and movies. The character is considered today to be an icon of American culture. Hey everybody, it's Madison. Thank you so much for listening. Have you signed up for my newsletter yet? Twice a month, get sneak peeks and not found anywhere else Madison stuff. To sign up, go to my website, madisonontheair.com. And don't forget to follow me on your favorite socials. I post daily to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Mastodon. My handle is @MadisonOnTheAir. Okay, now, listen to these credits, you guys, because this cast was amazing. Take it away, announcer dude.
Madison on the Air was written and produced by Chrissy Talon Sage with original music composition and audio engineering by Jeremy Sage. The role of Madison Standish was played by Chrissy Talon Sage. Andrew Chan appeared as the Lone Ranger, and Jerry Kokich appeared as Tonto. Other actors in the cast were Scott R. McKinley as Fletcher Cobb, David Pinion as Sheriff Williams, Paul Arabisi as Jeff Nichols, Logan Smith as Deputy Paul and Man 1, Bill Jenkins as Deputy Bill and Man 2, Matthew Bird as the narrator, and Jeremy Sage as the stagecoach driver. The Lone Ranger theme, aka the William Tell Overture, was composed by Gioacchino Rossini.